guys, this is your boy Duber Guy, and I'm back here again with another video. So today's video we're going to be talking about the new S650 Mustang that's coming out 2023-2024. There's a bunch of leaked videos on the internet. You can just look it up. I'll upload some photos for you guys to see it. Looks pretty cool for what it is, and I like it and stuff like that. But there's one thing that's different from the S550 compared to the new S650 Mustang. And I'm gonna go right into details and talk about it and share some of the photos, videos, my opinions on it, my thoughts, and all that stuff. All right, guys. So for the new Mustang GT 5.0, it's a whole different body. It's called the S650. I'm not sure why Ford calls it a S550. Well, enthusiasts call it S550, S97, you know, and all that stuff. Body style, they call it Fox body, you know, and all that stuff. I'm not sure what the meaning behind all those stuff are. I have to do some research on it. But we're gonna be talking about S650, so that's all that matters in this video. But with the new S650, it comes with the same kind of front end on here, just a little different. I'm sure the headlight is gonna be the same thing, but there's a little difference between this and the new S650 coming out and stuff like that. And when you look at the photos that's leaked, which I'm gonna upload it for you guys to see, the photos that are leaked, the front end looks a little different. It looks more like the Mach-E, you know, and I'm not sure why Ford made the Mach-E and called it the Mustang Mach-E. I think it's messed up that they did that, because I mean, if they want to introduce electric Mustangs, don't introduce it with an SUV, you know, just come up with like a slight different looking Mustang with electric or hybrid, and then work your way into the EV world. But you know, hey, the marketers are good because they're able to sell these cars every year. But anyways, the front end of this car is way different compared to the new S650 that's coming out. It's a different model, it's a different year, you know, it's a new generation. It looks nicer and all that stuff. So, you know, Ford upped their game a little bit in the photos that I'm gonna upload for you guys to see. And it looks like the front face here is a little wider, like the mouth here is a little wider compared to this one. The other one has a probably like a huge mouth like this. You know, the grill insertion part of it is probably like this big, and that's what I'm thinking it's gonna look like. The fog lights look, I'm thinking Ford is probably gonna keep the same fog light design, you know, because I mean, most of all the Mustang have the same fog light kind of design on it. And the interior is where the most change happened, which I'm gonna take you into my interior and then show you the difference between that one and my car and all that stuff, and then you guys can see it. And I'll upload photos and stuff like that you guys can see the comparison between this interior compared to the new S650 interior. Alright guys, so we're gonna come inside the interior and just do some interior shot of the new S650 Mustang. What does it look like inside? So if you're looking at my Mustang, you could definitely see the buttons on here. There's only a few buttons on here, especially on the left side. On your left hand, there's a few buttons on here, which is the next mute, the previous music, the next music, the mute button, volume up and volume down, and then volume up button, you know. And the new Mustang is different, which I'm gonna post some photos on here for you guys to see. Also, the cruise control button is on the left side of the steering wheel, and you can see the set cruise, reset, cancel, the on and off cruise button. When you come to the right side, we have an M mode. We have the voice activation stuff over here. You have the voice activation stuff over here. M mode. You have the hang up call and then answer a phone call. When you come right above that, we have the, you know, you want to go through the gauges. You want to see, say your oil temperature. You want to see, say your all the gauges that you want to see is right here. Whatever you want to see. So if you want to see your oil temperature, your boost temperature, well, we don't have boost in this car, but your oil temperature, your header's temperature, all that stuff, you can look at it here. Some of the Mustang, if you get the up trim, the PP2 package and all that stuff, you get the little oil temperature gauge right in the middle right here. But we don't have that. We have the black package Mustang, so we don't get that. We just get the bunch of black stuff in the car. And with the gauge cluster, the new Mustang has a wide gauge that probably goes from here. It's all digital all the way to here. It's all digital. It's no plastic that blocks it between the new gauge and that, you know. So that's the other thing about the new S650 Mustang. Another thing that I noticed from the video that I watched was the Another thing I noticed from the video that I watched was the what do you call it, the gauge cluster itself. It was fully digital gauge cluster, which I'm going to turn mine on for you guys to see it. So the current S550 Mustang has this beautiful analog gauge. You can opt in for the digital gauge or the analog gauge. This is the analog one, so it still has the old school tack and all that stuff in here, you know. Speedometer is all old school, and then you get this little digital display in the middle right here, as you guys can see. So the new one is all digital. There's no analog, you know. The photo that we've seen online is all digital. And in the digital gauge, I can give you a list of what it's in there. You can see the park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then M. This car is a manual transmission, so you're not going to see that. But if it was automatic, you would see right there. And also in the digital gauge, you can see like the right side will be the speedometer, which Ford calls it the ground speed. If you guys can see it, Ford usually call the speedometer for the miles per hour ground speed, and then they call the RPM the revolution per minute. So Ford has a different name that they call RPMs and stuff like that. And another thing I noticed was the gauges that you have here for like your air conditioning, you know, and also the gauges that you get for the start mode, which starts the engine, the force turn signals on, the traction control, and then the steering wheel button, which changes the mode from, say, sports to comfort to whatever mode you want it to be. In this one, you can see it goes from comfort to normal to sport, and then you can turn traction control off. It comes on, you double tap it, traction control comes on, you know, and stuff like that. And in the new photo, you guys can see that we don't have that anymore. You know, it doesn't look like one of those switches, because most PP2 Mustang have the switch that you could just, like, you know what I mean, just flip it and it'll change the mode. It does not look like that here, and that's what I'm showing you on the screen right now. The button is all red instead of just silver. You know, the new Mustang is all red instead of just like red and then silver in the middle, you know, for the start engine. It's a little different here. Also, the radio button, instead of being up here, it's on the bottom right for the volume. You have a horse in here, which I see a horse, and I'm not sure what the horse is for. You know, maybe the horse might be a mode you can set. You know, we have the traction control, the horse, the force signal, and then we have a star mode on there too, which the star mode, really what I'm thinking is that it might be a setting that you can set on your Mustang, and then when you want to change it, you just press it and it will change to whatever configuration you want it to be, you know. Another photo that I saw in the inside is the gear. It looks like it's on automatic. I'm thinking it's going to be another A10 automatic or 8-speed, because currently Ford only makes the A10 or the A10R80 or the 8-speed that they put in the GT500. So it's going to be one of them. So definitely we know the car's automatic. It is not your usual 6-speed manual gear. Another thing that we noticed was that this is not down here, it's up here, and it's digital, all digital. So like I said, it starts from here and goes all the way here, and it's all digital screen. Another thing we noticed was that the vent, instead of the vent being round and circle like all the old school Mustangs are, they are not. They are square, and they are below the radio instead of above the radio, like right what we see right now. So pretty much that wraps it around it. Oh, one thing I forgot to say about is the steering wheel. It's a flat bottom steering wheel, flat bottom, like the SD have and all the other Ford vehicle have. The Bronco is a flat button. I'm thinking the steering wheel comes from the Bronco. It's not circle anymore. It is square shaped too, just like the Bronco. And the steering wheel has a lot of buttons on it. It's all blacked out. It's not silver two-tone like this. It's blacked out. Black interior like you see in the photos. And like I said, it's not manual. It is your automatic shifter. The photos are pretty clear. You can see them really good. And, you know, you're not deceiving yourself when you look at the photos. It looks like it comes with a heated steering wheel and all that good stuff that you get in you know what I mean, modern cars and stuff like that. So, with this all said, I'm gonna wait for you guys to give me your honest opinion, what you think about what I said. Leave a comment below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think it's gonna be a great car for the community? Do you think the car community is gonna accept what it is? A10R80 Mustang GT S650. I keep saying S550. S650 Mustang. If you guys enjoyed the video, like I said, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment what you think about a new Mustang, and then we're gonna catch you guys later in the next episode. If there's more news, I'm gonna come out here and then give you guys some more news.